come up with something.
Do we have our clothes back yet?
Did you get your clothes back yet?
Sorry, I just feel naked.
No, you're not. You're not to that part of the meeting yet.
Oh, shucks.
Wait, who's naked?
I mean,
He
I feel
feels naked.
You feel naked.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be naked if you want.
I know,
No one's going to stop you.
but everyone will judge me.
I mean, I don't know. They may just think it's that kind of party and join.
I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I mean, Zeroji and Xavier got 2 feet of dong between them, and I tell you, more than half of that isn't Zeroji.
Is it Arior?
That's in
No,
my notes now.
It's Xavier. Xavier just got an over foot long dong.
That just sounds uncomfortable for both parties.
I don't know. Have you met an orc woman?
V, are you already streaming?
Yes.
Oh gosh, I am not going to continue down this line of thought.
Yes.
Because what I was about to say was so much dirtier.
Roll it back up.
For some reason, it's the over foot long dong. That's the reason. Not daily notes. That's for work. Valehelm V3 notes. That's what I want.
So first you're trying to shove divinity onto me without my consent, and now you're trying to, talk about my foot-long dong.
Subway, eat fresh.
Oh, we're killing Kid early
My
today.
God. Oh my, he's not okay.
Sorry, I choked on your dong.
You're my brother, please don't
Oh
do
my
this.
God.
Well,
Anthony.
You've seen what he's done with a popsicle.
Wait, this translates to Zeroji too? Oh. Oh gosh.
So about the war meeting.
That you're naked at, yes.
Nope, not literally naked.
So pretty much, the meeting initially wraps up, except for those that are sticking around to be a part of this fight with the Guardian, basically. So Zeroji walks back into the room after having talked with Anna out in the hall. And you guys can try to question him if you want. No one's really looking at him like the... Oh, I need my own notes up because fuck if I remember names. DM Valehelm V something.
Pretty sure Liz was busy geeking out over making plans for Ballista and stuff with
Yeah.
Bergnadesh.
Liz and
So she's probably oblivious to Zeroji leaving the room.
Liz and King Bergnadesh are both still writing up plans. Basically, Queen, or the Ancient Drewa, also has joined you two in the writing up of these plans because she's given you a bit of like a schematics of what will actually fit into the area. She's basically explaining, yes, it'll fit through the portal, but the entrance itself is a bit smaller, and she explains the whole 45 feet width limit with about the same amount of height limit. And King Bergnadesh kind of looks between Liz and the Queen and goes, I can handle that. Fen, where are you jumping to?
Do a backflip in place.
Just like I'm bored, backflip.
No, that's just a test roll, but also it would be funny.
Everybody's ignoring me. Backflip.
Haha. Nobody notices.
Shit.
Lurie noticed though, because Lurie is actually kind of giving you the stink eye.
No idea why. I don't make eye contact.
She stands up on her chair, hops
Oh.
down, walks over closer to you, and goes, "Hey, got a few wanted posters for you hung up in our city all over the place, under a couple different faces though. Kind of funny to catch you in your original face here. How you doing?"
Very weird.
What you going by these days? Is it actually Fen?
Well, it may or potentially may not be.
You and I need to have a chat after this Guardian business. It's not like I can really hold you at this point. You're a bit too famous for my britches. So take this as a pass, but we will have that talk.
Sure we will.
Fen, give me a
Perception.
Good at that.
insight check.
Not good at that. But 17.
You can tell she's got something devious. Just like you're looking at her eyes, and you can see there's just deviousness written there.
Weird
Okay.
that.
Is that? Can I tell if it's deviousness with or against me?
Oh, it's against you.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm.
Like,
You know,
the eyes aren't exactly happy devious looking at you. They're not, like, as you look at her more, and you're like kind of reading her as she's reading you. You can tell that while they're not exactly happy in what she's got in store for you, she's also not looking like she's mad. Like, it just kind of seems like this person has been causing trouble in Riftfell for years. I can finally stick it to him somehow, some way, at some point now. I know
It's like
him,
a cat that's about to catch the canary.
basically. But with that, she lingers a bit more, just kind of trying to get a bigger read on you as well, and then she goes, "That's that then," and walks away.
well, just need to stay away from that town. That's always the solution.
All right. Give me a perception check as well, Fen. You're good at these.
I am good at those. And I can't roll badly.
Was it you can't roll under a 10?
Can't roll under a 10. 19.
Noted. All right, moving on. Mina is still here as well, and she kind of oversaw that whole exchange that just happened. And when Lurie walks away, you do notice that Lurie looks at Mina, and you don't really see what Lurie and Mina's back and forth is, but probably, if anything, Lurie probably just like winked at Mina or something, because Mina was just watching the conversation happen.
Gotcha.
All right, Xavier and Zeroji, what are you two doing?
Is there like somebody that's going to be in charge of, like, I don't know, our protections against the World Guardian, or even Legion when they make an appearance? I don't know if anyone's spearheading that kind of defensive.
Are you speaking your thoughts out loud?
I don't know if there's any obvious people that are trying to plan for something like that, because we have offensive stuff like ballistas and catapults that we're trying to plan for, and how we're going to attack, but I don't know how we're going to protect ourselves. And I don't know if there's anyone that's mentioned something along those lines or is talking about it currently.
Lyric and King D'Arc are both conversing with each other, and you are nearby. It does seem like they are trying to think up of defenses against a what would basically be like a primordial being of some sort. Like this being existed since this planet was around, type of being. So they're trying to think up of what would be a sufficient defense against that.
I would like to join that part of the conversation. Try to focus on helping keep us protected. If there's anything they can do, or anyone I can talk to that might have more information for them.
Give me an Arcana check, followed by a History check, followed by a Religion check.
All right. Well, let's start off with this one. Could be worse. Arcana, History, Religion.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. On a roll.
Getting better. Getting better.
Have you tried rolling above? Like, I don't know. Okay, that's better.
There we go. We got there.
I'm glad nothing has changed.
So the only part of the conversation you understood in the slightest was when they got around to like, is this being like a deity? Can it be sealed like a deity or a demon? Is there some semblance of what can we do to limit its actions now? Basically, you can tell a lot of the conversation's been hovering around how do we limit its actions? How do we do such and such? Things of that nature. And Queen Drewa perks up at that and goes, we don't have to worry too much about its defenses if it is turned undead. However, if it has any minions, we will need to account for those. And then she's kind of bored looking at Mergnadesh and Liz go back and forth now, so she's been also just surveying everyone's planning and chats. King D'Arc turns to her and goes, so there's no defenses that you would be able to tell us about in this lair that you've been to before? Oh, there's defenses. He is a mighty being. He will probably be able to control everything within his lair. And that actually perplexes King D'Arc, and he turns back to Lyric to converse again. V, literally no one actually said going for that fucking event tonight. What the hell? We have reasons though. D&D plans, man. So Zeroji, you actually come in on the tail end of that too.
Is there like a mage unit that'll be helping out?
Mina raises her hand. It consists of me because I will not send anyone else to fight this beast.
Okay.
However, if we do need soldiers to help out with, potential defenses outside of its specific lair, like with the minions or whatnot, that could be arranged. Speaking of, if the minions are too overwhelming, I might need to help them out. But we don't know yet. She kind of just like trails off, meandering into her own thoughts. Comes back out of her thoughts specifically to say, "Oh, and you're a mage of some repute now, so there's you."
Oh, lovely. Responsibility. Okay. I'd like to be part of the mage unit. That sounds safe.
No, you're not going to be a part of the mage unit. You're going to be with your friends.
The S22 lineup comes bundled with a replacement battery.
Damn.
My body, you see, isn't the greatest at taking hits from things, especially dragonlight things that can, do things to my body that I don't want done to them.
Queen Drewa speaks up again, and she goes, "Are any of you prepared with underwater travel of any sort? How adept are you at moving in the water?"
Got any of them water potions?
Got
long as
any
we're
of
not
them
going
water
to-
potions?
As long as we're not going today, I can have something prepared.
Did somebody say potions with spice?
You should not be allowed anywhere near drugs.
You don't want to randomly be level 20 for a week?
I want to be level 20 permanently.
Or just die.
Well, that hasn't happened yet.
Nope, but there's possible chances for it to.
Well, I don't know if it hasn't happened yet.
Mm. I feel like we did die. But then
Not as a
didn't.
result of the potion.
True. Not as a result of the potion.
Which I'm assuming if we're trying to use context for our conversation, that's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yet.
We have not died to one of the healing potions.
Yet.
And that's concentration. That wouldn't work as well.
Are there any other defensive charms or precautions you think we should take against a giant undead world dragon? I
Pocket cleric?
can't say I'm terribly experienced fighting them. Or do you think the World Guardian would be willing to listen to reason and hurt itself to assist us?
Don't know how that would go. But hey, you could always try talking to it.
I can be persuasive.
You could also be the opposite of persuasive.
Yeah, you could.
As to your first question, perhaps Mina could bring another contingent of mages to confer benefits upon the group of you, and that might potentially help with the traveling through water. It would be a good defense, especially given that we are treading into the Guardian's lair.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna need some assistance with that.
King Dark speaks up, and you'll have enough for the lot of us in here that are going? Mina replies, I'll have enough for as many as we need. I do run a college for mages, you know. King Dark just kind of huffs and goes back to conversing with Lyric again.
So odd to have mages around when you run a college for them.
It's a little helpful having them.
Say a little bit more than a little, but yes.
It's a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Just a smidge.
Just a half a cup.
All right. V or Kit, since you two have spell books that are fuller more often at the moment, anyways. What are the spells for water breathing and Either water walking if you prefer that, or a swim speed if you prefer that.
Water walking would not be good because you just shoot straight to the surface. We do not want water walking.
I was giving you the option.
You know, it is. I will grant you, it is a option for movement through water.
I was giving you the option.
That's how we get out.
To be fair, things like fly can also probably be used. You're just propelling through water, and it would be treated as difficult terrain, so your fly speed would only be like 30 feet instead.
Spells. Add spells. What are the water-related spells? You got shape water.
There's Alter Self, which gives you has the option for an aquatic adaptation.
Water breathing.
I will leave it
Oh,
to
wow.
you to choose what spells you would wish to be benefited by, Mina says. We will be able to keep concentration on them, and as long as that contingent of mages can stay safe, you will be able to have it for what I hope is the duration of the fight. I hope it doesn't last like over 8 hours.
Water breathing would be great. It's 24 hours long, doesn't require concentration.
Oh.
That's when you just be like, you can breathe underwater for 24 hours. Except you don't tell them that it's only 24 hours and you watch them drown.
You know what's really helpful?
What's
Golden
that?
dragons are amphibious.
Oh no, we're gonna have a golden dragon versus a royal dragon?
E spells
Uh,
that grant
Maybe.
swimming speed. Is there a spell that grants swimming speed? Cool, pass.
Alter
it looks
Self
like-
might be the best option.
I think that's the only option.
Oh, that only lasts an hour.
Freedom of movement is a great spell for 1 hour without concentration. Freedom of movement? Freedom. Yes, freedom is spelled with 2 R's. Is it not a wizard spell? It is not. Bard, cleric, druid, or ranger. So I can't even see it in my spell book. Oh. Important point to question here, Miser. How do you rule spell casting underwater? Do you allow it if they are able to breathe water, or do they need like a globe of air around their head? Specifically for vocal spells.
I guess that does depend on if the creature also needs to hear it.
And what about weakening breath underwater?
It might get diluted a little bit.
There. I'm not even going to ask about fire breath. Don't worry.
How about
I use fire breath. Your dragon takes a big drink.
It looks like they chugged root beer. There's just a lot of bubbles coming out their mouth.
Sacred Flame should still be good because that's radiant, not fire.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
no!
No fireball.
I just nerfed the fuck out of Kit.
Oh no. What are you going to
Ooh.
do with yourself?
Just probably lightning instead.
Do you have that tattoo ready?
Yes.
Poor Xavier.
Isn't
Like, I know he agreed to it, but still, poor Xavier.
Isn't ranged attacks in water just dog shit?
If they're not coming from a magical bow, maybe.
You guys are getting too much into the actual science of the game and not enough fantasy. So let's just stick to fantasy. You guys are fine. As long as you can breathe underwater, you're able to cast your spells.
Okay.
Don't make me pull a fucking Brennan Lee Mulligan where if you cast invisibility on yourself, you're not truly fully invisible because you need the slightest slit of vision in your eyes to be able to see from still.
Okay.
I figured V and Reaper would know what I was talking about there.
I don't actually watch. Have not
Dimension 20?
watched Dimension 20 yet. I might start it.
To be fair, most of what I do know of Dimension 20 is from clips because it's very short form games and very scripted games. Like they're extremely scripted outside of the roles, I think.
Yeah.
They feel scripted anyways.
Some of the dumb natural 20s though are wonderful.
Yeah. That is true. Freedom of movement would work as well. I know you already talked about it. Because for the most part, your movement would have been treated as difficult terrain through water if you do not have a swim speed. Can Ultra Self be casted on others since it says Ultra Self? I don't actually know offhand.
It's a range of self, so
No.
So we can prepare scrolls of Ultra Self.
Yeah.
but it's concentration, which
Ugh.
How do concentration scrolls work? Just the same as if you're doing the concentrating.
If you cast them from a scroll?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have to concentrate to hold it. You still have to concentrate to keep the spell active, basically. The scroll itself will burn up after the casting is completed,
Mm-hmm.
but you are still channeling the spell yourself then. You are the one running the
Conduit or
spell.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Material, a caterpillar cocoon. What the fuck? Where do they come up with the materials for this shit?
Well, caterpillars turn into beautiful butterflies, and they're altering themselves to do it.
You
Like the
didn't have to
spirit.
explain why it was a caterpillar cocoon for polymorph, sir.
We know why, but also why.
Well, that's how they came up with it. What do you mean?
It makes sense to me.
I haven't heard one of Will's "What do you means" in a long time. I got his catchphrase. All right.
I will accept that being my catchphrase. Well, fair enough.
Dude, you used to say that all the time in Final Fantasy.
What do you mean?
Enough that Kit will apparently copy you.
I never intended to make it a thing. It's just, I guess, genuinely what I do as a person.
That one and think about it.
I think it's just funny to say for dumb shit.
Oh, and it can be casted as a ritual. That will help the casting contingent.
Oh, yeah.
Liz.
yes.
What is a good art? There needs to just be like an artificer engineering check or something.
So like an intelligence check.
I should probably go back to my character sheet instead of looking at spells.
Yeah, what tools do you got? That'll help.
Yes.
Yes.
What
Yeah, I
tools are
think-
you trained in? Correction. That'll help.
Cobbler's tools, jeweler's tools, leatherworker's tools, smith tools, thieves tools, tinker's tools, weaver's tools.
Are all of them are under the same int check?
Yes.
All right. Well then give me a tools check. Hot damn.
Yep.
You point out a flaw in one of Mergnadesh's ballista, and you also, due to basically overhearing all the talk about water in the area, you start coming up with ways that will weight down the ballista enough while also keeping enough tension to shoot accurately in the water. And you kind of just like squeeze your ideas in there to King Mergnadesh, who has not really fought aquatic battles before, and you've never really fought them yourself either. So these are just this is your artificer brain going haywire and just going, I can do this. And there are 3 designs that you can choose from. I will allow you to choose from 3 different designs. One is like Old Faithful, like the Moby Dick spear gun type of ballista. That thing's going to be massive, and the tension alone could like break most large wooden beams that help hold up entire buildings. You think you can build it just fine. There is kind of like a 4-pillar, like 4 pike launching ballista with a large ass net tied to it. Basically, this one is exactly what it seems like. It will, if things go your way, hopefully hold down the Leviathan, especially if it can pin it to any surfaces. The design for this one basically just scrapes by the on the edge of almost too big because the Leviathan itself is gargantuan. And the last one is something straight out of like the cyberpunk world that you guys came from, and if you figure out the technology for it, which will be your most difficult role for this, you will be able to build a ballista that is basically a pew pew gun.
I want to try that for that.
This will negate your option to be able to do the other 2. You only have time to build one, and if you do not succeed at it, you will not go in with any of these tools.
If Zeroji was willing to help me with make sure I had a good roll, maybe that would be fine.
But it's my last portent for the day.
Mhm.
Is this really the most important role?
King Mergnadesh and I don't know if Liz does, but King Mergnadesh and Queen Drewa both look at you, Zeroji, and go. They just kind of like nod their heads, kind of wide-eyed, like, "The fuck are you talking about? Any tool to help kill a fucking world guardian will help."
Of course, it's important.
But is it the most important? How many
Yes.
hours do we have left in the day?
Pretty sure
to-
this is the evening, isn't it?
To be fair, it will take you some time to actually, unless you're all teleporting there, which you could do that too. But King Mergnadesh will need at least a week of time in order to actually build this contraption and get it ready to go, which was already going to be sped up by Liz, shortening that time frame down to a couple days instead. So basically, you guys are going to head to the other Elven city, head to this portal, and be ready to go.
I am.
You will have more portents, is what I'm saying, Zeroji. But
Oh no,
you
that's
won't-
not
you-
the concern. It's just,
But you won't be able to use your current portent on the tool.
is there any other planning beyond this that might be better spent?
Like, how do
Yeah,
you use
take the
fireball
20.
underwater?
Take the natural, unnatural 20.
How's that?
Well, currently, no rolls today need to have it at the moment. He's already succeeded for his ideas. So you can save the 20 for a moment. The conversation and the planning is still going on. I was trying to say that tomorrow's portents, you'll be able to use one of those rolls to help Liz out, Zeroji.
Gotcha.
And the day after that, you guys will be invading a domain.
Neat.
I want to make the futuristic one.
Alright. We will come to that roll later. Fen, you have been pretty quiet throughout all of this. Was there anything you wanted to add to any of these conversations?
I don't feel like I could. We're going to fight an undead dragon using siege equipment. Not really my forte. Except killing things.
To be
And
fair, you plan on
dead.
becoming a siege weapon yourself.
I mean, yes. I'm gonna turn into a fucking dragon.
I wonder if half of that is like Fen just going, ooh, extra health bar.
I mean, part of it, but also like, hey, amphibious, ta-da, has swim speed, ta-da, is also a dragon. And it worked really, really well last time.
At some point, he might figure out how to clone his dragon.
What?
Do you not remember that boss fight?
We did fight 2 dragons.
How do I do that? I need to know. I forgot about that. I used Dragon Clone Jutsu.
Yeah, basically, just dragon-sized.
Wadoop.
Xavier, we'll bring the circle back around to you. Is there anything further you would like to add?
I don't have anything extra at this moment, no.
Zeroji?
I don't think so, no. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. My wife is talking about Lillian asked my wife what color Tiana's skin is from Frog Princess, and then she asked Tiana what color her skin is. One said brown, one said black.
Uh-oh.
It's kind of just like, I haven't had to go through this scenario before.
Well then. Queen Drewa, is there anything you would like to add to this conversation? Yes. The layout of the room is quite large as it has to fit a world dragon in it. I would have to say that while he doesn't usually have it filled up with water, considering he has accepted visitors before, that might not be the case this time around. So you might be fighting a battle in what could be shallow depths. You might be fighting a battle in what could be fully underwater submersed terrain. I will also say that I will be going with you for a portion of this, as I will be the one that needs to actually summon him to his lair. At least to the specific part of the lair that we need him to be in, as that's the only way we can communicate with him. King to Arc responds, I will have a contingent of clones to back you up then. Oh, no, that is unnecessary. I have my own plan of escape should the need arise. Lyric looks between everyone, all matters looking settled, goes, "Is this what we have for a plan of attack? Any objections? You might want to speak them now." "No, you cannot get out of this fight."
Shit.
I want to make this thing.
Alright. So V, the design that Liz and Mergnadesh have come up with now is like 2 large coils that are channeling basically some of the contingent of Mage's electricity in order to form what would be the central focus of the beam. Basically, these 2 coiled rods will continue to store energy up until they focus on a central point between them. And then there is a third metal rod that basically acts as what the catapult or ballista string would have acted like, and will be the main launching component. You basically are making what will turn into a molten electrical mass that will keep its temperature and not lose its charge the entire flight path between you and between whoever is manning the device and the dragon. So it's not like as futuristic as you could have made it, because obviously you don't have that tech, but for what you come up with, you feel that this device, should the dragon not have any resistances to it, will be able to pretty much do a sizable chunk of damage on its own even before you guys get into combat. You have weighted this thing for 4 charges before its own metal will basically crack and break. And given the amount of time you have, you can probably only get like 4 of these rods that are going to be pliable enough to melt at the temperature you need them to, while also keeping the strength they need to actually launch as a bolt. Anything I need to explain further about that?
That sounds neat. Liz is excited.
And then damage wise, I'll get to that. Whole lot of gifts being posted.
I missed like all of that.
That was for Liz specifically.
Okay. Cool.
You're basically going to go over there and be like, Liz, do good.
Big machine does a lot of damage, and then other things got said. I mostly only got that.
Pog. Works for me.
I do remember the phrase "before we even get there," which is pretty cool. It's like a head start.
So I will be giving a legendary action to Liz for this encounter. It has 1 charge, can be used once per turn, and it is specifically to be used on that ballista, and you have 4 charges of it. So I will laugh if you guys get into the combat, and then Liz completely forgets she has the pew pew gun. Lurik looks between everyone again and goes, on to what I believe will be the final part of this conversation then. We have discussed ways to incapacitate the Guardian. The primordial elephant in the room, though, would still be Legion. What do we do when Legion appears?
Right.
This is where we turn towards Dark, since this is his plan.
Dark leans forward in his chair. I and my psionic clones will contain Legion and be able to trap her. If we can keep this containment active, I can bring her back to my castle and we can seal her there. I do not
What are-
believe that killing would be able to happen, considering the being that Legion has turned out to be.
What are you gonna be trapping her in?
A psionic containment field. It should allow our passage safely to where we need to go while restricting all of her own movement. It should also restrict her ability to travel between what would be the plane of souls and the material plane. It has been tested on many other beings, none quite as powerful as a god. However, our most powerful beings have not been able to break it. As long as I and my scions can make it to Legion, this will be a successful plan. You can all roll initiative, or not initiative, insight checks on that if you want. I mean, you could roll initiative checks too, but I don't think that would be very advantageous for anyone involved.
Definitely not doing. Oh. I found a rock, guys. Look at this.
Doing more backflips in the corner.
Fen was actually like just kind of picking at some grime under his fingernails with one of his daggers that he somehow still managed to sneak into the meeting.
Hey, no mind.
And then
It's a butter knife, guys. Come on.
he completely remembers that not only was he not supposed to have the knife there, that he actually was like just so passively observing that he started doing that without realizing. So he pockets it before anyone notices it.
Oh
So that's what
yeah,
Finn was doing.
crime.
Yeet it out the door.
Oops, forgot I wasn't supposed to have this.
Whoopsie doopsies. This is like an act of war.
Oops, all weapons.
Almost fucked that up.
Give me another insight check, Fen. Oh
No.
fuck!
No.
This is getting worse. This is not positive.
Are you gonna use another lucky roll? I think you have lucky. Is that what that first one was?
Oh, I don't have.
Oh no, that was
lucky.
initiative to insight. Got it.
That was initiative. That was just me
Yeah.
BSing.
All I can say to that second insight roll is noted.
Something has been witnessed.
Lurik takes back over again. We have a plan of attack. We have containment in the works for Legion. Will you need any other forces besides the Scions to help contain Legion? King Dark goes, if the World Dragon is taken out. Sorry, my voice didn't go as deep as I needed it for King Dark. Give me a moment. If the World Dragon... Nope, it's not. I can't do it right now. Fuck,
Not
I lost King Dark's voice.
You should find it.
I should, but I can't right now.
Oh, damn.
Wait, was
in
it
the
just the way I
cabinet.
was sitting? If the World Dragon is taken out, then any extra contingents of anyone would be helpful in containing Legion, even if they were just bodies to stoke the flames at the moment. Something to get her attention riled up and away from us. We need the ability to focus on this spell. It will take at least, I will say, around 18 seconds to cast. And that is mainly just our synchronization with the spell being channeled. When our psionic trap is in place, again, she will not be able to move. That was not entirely King Dark, so don't mind that, but we're close enough. We're good.
You're close enough.
Lyric looks to the rest of you. I assume you four might or might not be on the verge of death after this fight. So, I will have clerics on standby. They will not be able to enter the room as the being is much stronger than their capabilities would have. They're probably only about a third as strong as you lot as it is, and I don't think they can even compare to a couple of the people in this room. So, yeah, I would rather have them be outside the room for any triage that is needed. If you all need any, this is hard. Emergency triage yourself, then I would have to say retreat. Queen Drewa goes, "Do you really think a World Dragon will allow retreat?" Lyric goes, I know, I figured, but still, sending people to their deaths has never been a strong suit for me, and I'm a vampire.
Ha!
God damn it.
I get it.
I don't think he was making a joke. I think he was being earnest.
With these plans wrapped up, he claps twice. The doors to the exit open up, and a couple of the attendants come in, and basically they stand in the entrance. There are other attendants for every other royal person of royalty here. And he says, "Meeting adjourned. We are all dismissed. I pray we have great fortune in the fights to come." All right, you four head out of the room. All of your equipment is delivered back to your personal rooms in Lyric's Manor, so you don't have to search or hunt for those. And
Sorry, that wasn't supposed to be a roll, if that rolled.
No,
I mean,
that was supposed to be a
general.
roll.
Oh, that was you. Okay. I was putting all my equipment back on.
I don't want somebody following me.
Is it Xavier?
Try and give me a perception check too, then, as well.
The same as my stealth. I see me.
Wow. But barely.
You don't see any personage from Riffel or even Lurie around to necessarily be worried about it, if that's what I think you're worried about. I will say, however, that when you get back to your room, you do actually account for all of the knives that you would have had on your person in the meeting. You didn't bring an extra knife in.
Bob, Bob, Bob.
Who did I steal a knife from? Who was I sitting next to? Xavier was on my left.
I don't have any knives.
Give me another insight check.
Oh, fuck.
Why do you assume that it was stolen and not gifted upon you?
9. I will get. I will have at some point that taken, but not yet.
That was a level 21, huh?
Yeah. It's one of the feats. I'm gonna get it.
But until then. Alright. Now you're just like looking at the knife in your hand and all of the knives on your person. And it's actually pretty hard to tell the difference because they're all of Rift Felon make.
Oh.
But you do notice the initials on the knife that was gifted to that was basically gifted to you has LF on the bottom of the pommel.
Lurie fucker.
Aw. I would like to flag one of the assistants down
You do so. It's your girlfriend.
and ask her if she'd be so kind as to return this to its rightful owner. Because for some reason, I think I found it in the hall. It's odd that it was just lying there.
Can always return by stabbing them with
She
it.
asks who the owner is.
Lurie Fizzenbits.
Oh,
Fizz?
Larry Fiznivitz? I can return it to her. She's still in the city. I can go to her hotel right away.
Thank you.
Basically, yes. God, I always forget how like weird gnome names are.
Yep.
It's like, what's her name? Something Heplerepple? Is that this campaign? Or the irregular campaign? Hang on.
I don't remember the name.
Now Fen is placing all of the little signs that happened there.
Yeah.
Sure, it's fine.
Fine, it's fine. It's completely fine if I never go back.
Dippo Muckbuckle the Third.
But I want that separated.
Also, we haven't seen Kjort or Diort. I wonder what they're doing.
Probably busy.
Whatever they're doing, we'll never see both of them at the same time. In the same place.
Not because they're the same person.
Absolutely not.
Completely different people.
Oh, for sure.
Alright. Is there anything you guys intend to do for the rest of this night? Any personal chats you want to have or anything like that?
Ignore that.
Ignore that?
Yeah. I'm working on macros.
Man, I haven't been a character in so long to even bother making macros.
Man, one of my players gave me an idea for a cursed item, and I am so excited to throw it upon them. It's going to be great.
Why did Sarah tell you about?
I like how you immediately know who it is.
She's dumb enough to not think about the fact that you're going to use it against us.
Ah. Well, she thought it was going to be indiscriminate. I'm like, oh, no. It's not going to be indiscriminate. It's going to be exclusively against your party. She's like, I don't like this idea anymore.
She's got very bad like understanding of how you're going to react to anything for some reason.
We were both very excited until she realized what I was going to do with it, and then she was no longer excited about it. I kind of felt bad for taking the joy out of it, but at the same time, it was
No,
a
you
really
didn't.
good idea.
You
was like-
loved taking the joy out of it. You
It was
was a threat.
Kicking a puppy in the mouth after you gave it a treat.
Damn, a 60 on 10d10? Holy shit, dude.
Tendies? I like tendies.
Ooh, same.
Indies are good.
Lillian
my
has
gosh.
dinosaur chicken nuggets now that Kelsey picked up. I've been snacking on those.
Did you say Lillian had them and you've been snacking on those?
Yes, that is correct.
I just want to make sure I heard the sentence correctly.
Well, she said, Dada, you need to have one. So
While you
Dada had to
guys
have one.
are chatting about this, I will be right back.
Sounds good.
I can still hear if you do RP any other like in-game conversation though.
My wife is showing me Bilbo's butt crack.
I don't think that's in
Why?
game.
Because
Gotta
she
say it.
3D printed a Bilbo to go with her Shire. Well, not Shire. What's the Burrow Down? 3D thing that she printed, and for whatever reason, the modeler decided to model Bilbo's butt crack, even though he's going to be just glued sitting down.
Well, how do you think they're gonna glue him? It's got a stick.
That's kind of funny.
Oh, there we go. Here, now you can enjoy Bilbo's butt crack.
Oh. Hmm.
That's what she's painted so far. That was all entirely gray before.
Oh, the background bit. I'm like, Bilbo's still pretty gray as far as I can tell. That's very impressive. Good work.
Yeah.
I think for the rest of the night, all Liz is really gonna do is just go over the math and everything to try and make it so that she can make this toy. I mean weapon.
Toy. Yep. It's very accurate.
Yep.
Oh, we're off to fight a dragon. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, we are boned with a capital O.
What a weird capitalization choice.
Yeah, I agree, but you know,
Listen, I don't question your life's choices.
Yes,
But
you.
question my capital choices.
you do. You kind of do.
You question my choices. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not your life choices.
You literally call me an idiot for trusting people.
That's not a life choice, it's a personality trait.
Is that not part of my life?
An
How is that?
unfortunate one at
Sorry.
that.
Please explain to me. What is a life choice?
A life choice is like, I'm going to marry Kayla. That was a good life choice. I didn't question that.
Sorry, I assumed I was Xavier in this situation. Thank you for not questioning that.
Oh, that going differently in my head.
No dying.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
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 With a potential fight about to start, I went and got a new drink, hugged and kissed the wife, gave the guest a hug before she potentially leaves, because I'm assuming this combat might go until like 1 in the morning. We'll figure it out.
But you're hyping this up. If we die in the first 3 turns, it's gonna be really fucking disappointing.
Win.
I don't think we win in the first 3 turns.
Oh,
the
No
wrong
matter
dragon.
what happens here.
Plus, you guys are all about the dragon thing and not even about the Legion thing yet.
It's such like a unknown for us because it
I'm
just
just-
seems like an ultimately powerful, unable to be handled situation for that.
I'm
Well, I'm just
over
hoping
here.
it just fixes itself.
I'm just planning the murder of a mayor. Not even this. It's something completely different.
Hey, let me know if you need help.
No.
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 Hold on, but just to Fen, this is like something within the realm of possibility to him, planning the murder of a mayor. Trying to kill a world dragon? His thoughts are just so far not into that.
I got like a whole bunch of detailed plans on how to do it and how to kill the mayor, and then
Stop
next to
saying that
it
phrase.
is just a sheet of paper that says "turn into dragon."
All right, well, not kill the mayor, but run new elections. Ensure that new elections must be ran. Does that sound more democratic?
Then murdering the mayor?
It'll be accidental.
Yeah, if she dies,
Stop.
they need new elections.
Stop.
If it helps, there are 2 details about this map that I'm going to bring you guys to that I am immediately annoyed by. One, there's a big toe somewhere on it. It's a part of the map, but not a part of the map. Like, there's not actually a big toe there, it just looks like a big toe. 2, there's a fucking eye somewhere on the map. It's not an actual eye, it just looks like an eye. It's a part of the map.
That's
It's
where
like-
the beauty's at.
A part of the terrain of the map.
I'll tell you, there's 2 factors to this party that are irritating me as well at the moment.
Does one start with an F and the other starts with a Z?
Yeah, the ones that are talking about murdering a mayor.
Hey, we're not doing that in front of you.
Finn's not doing that in front of anybody. That's all in his fucking head. If there's not a mayor that knows my face, then the wanted posters will go away.
Your
Look,
vampire girlfriend goes, "Oh, sorry, I was skimming thoughts off the top of your head. My bad."
all I know is
Cool.
that if I help Fen, it might put me lower on the murder list. I just need helping out with a murder to move me to lower, to make me be lower
But
than I
wait,
currently am.
What if you help Fen do this and then you're just next in line?
Well, that's what I said. It needs to move me at least 2 lower.
No. It'll move it down the list.
But if he's next in
Speaking-
line and he's right there, and you already got the murder weapon,
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but also...
Fortunately, it's I hope he does ordering by like stacked. So last in, first out. Just need him to resort to move me closer to the bottom.
I'll reshuffle. Where you end up, you end up.
You know what? Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh my god.
I'm a dice wizard.
But what if Liz ends up at the top of that list then?
Well, that's unfortunate for Liz.
Wow.
I don't know if Liz is on the list.
I would be very surprised if Liz was.
It would like that's one of those that like I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait, that's Soroji's handwriting. What?
Zeroji just keeps adding names of just random people he knows just to make sure his name gets lower on the list.
Wait, shit, this isn't even my list. Where did this come from?
Xavier looks in his pocket for the list that he's had since session 1.
Odd.
I don't think it's gonna be Fenn's list, given that his name was on it.
For some reason.
The longer I'm with you, the less surprised I am that your name was on the list.
Pretty fair.
Oh. All right, so Liz is still nerding out over the Tesla magma cannon thing that I just kind of concocted.
Yes.
Xavier is panicking internally.
Constantly. This isn't exclusive to this situation.
Zeroji is going, fuck, I wish I was a part of the mage contingent. Okay, so that's accurate too.
God, yeah.
We already know what Fen is thinking.
I hope Xavier does not know what Fenn's thinking.
I don't know. Give me an int check. Just general int check.
What if I
With
did?
Fen
What if I
on
just-
the mind.
What if I just failed? Yeah, there we go. Classic below
Thank
10.
goodness.
Fen just looks over at Xavier and goes, "What?"
What are you looking at?
I can definitely just imagine Xavier's response back. You know, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it seems like you're imagining a murder.
It's just like every day.
Are you thinking about doing a crime?
Don't.
And if you are, don't tell me.
No, just don't do it.
Oh my gosh.
Do crime?
No,
I heard do
don't.
crime.
Don't. Do not.
All right.
The rule number 1 of crime is don't.
This
Please,
is
I know you have more to that sentence. I'm not stupid.
Do more crime.
like the last
get caught.
peaceful. This is like the last peaceful night of sleep you all managed to get.
That's ominous.
When was the one before this?
Probably the 3 years we were asleep.
Before I got my hand cut off.
Those 3 years were not peaceful. I'll tell
they-
you what.
They were for our bodies, probably. I can't actually speak to if anyone visited us or not. Oh yeah, Fen, you just got like 5 kids hanging around.
What the fuck? Damn, I don't think she's that promiscuous with Fen's body.
Man. Getting lucky in my sleep
Apparently so.
/ coma.
Can't even enjoy it.
God. These are your children. The fuck they are.
Ha ha ha.
Lucky for you,
What?
she's a vampire.
Does that mean she can't have kids?
Exactly. Remember, her body is technically dead.
It's undead.
So technically dead.
It's
So
just
te-
random people that she's turned.
Oh,
One of them's like an 85-year-old man.
That is
This is your
even
son.
worse. Fen was actually very surprised that he is still an elf and not a Dhampir or something himself at this point.
A little bit. I made my choice.
Yeah. So basically, like, you all know this is going to be the last night of peaceful sleep you may potentially ever have. So y'all kind of try to just make the best of it. Excuse me.
Do.
What kind of check would it be to figure out the status of my clones?
You mean the ones in the future?
Yeah.
You already tried that. You weren't able to discern their status.
Okay.
Did you forget?
Yes.
Yeah, you did definitely already try that.
Sure, it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine, especially since that future might not exist anymore, you know?
Well, it's okay. I didn't keep them in that plan on the future.
I just love the way that meeting went because that was not how I expected that meeting to go. Like the first portion of it and the second portion of it.
Did you expect combat?
I had a map.
He was ready for combat. I don't know if he was expecting combat.
There were going to be a lot of hooded commoners in the room because I didn't have actual tokens for any of them.
Nah, I feel like the combat that didn't happen might just get carried over into the future.
Well, at least that's ready for the future.
I was threatened by the mayor, so that's.
I don't think
that's
the
being
mayor is the
covered.
problem. I don't think the mayor is the problem.
I disagree.
I know you have your personal problems with the mayor. And I guess professional problems.
Eh,
He is a professional. He
Liz
gets
never
paid
had a
for his
problem
work.
with the mayor. She lived there.
really good at what I do.
Which is frustrating at times.
All right. So you all wake up the morning of the next day. Liz is immediately ushered off to help King Murgnadesh with the building of the device. The rest of you all just very somberly prepare your gear, do all the checks you need to do all the checks you need to do again, do all the checks you need to do again. You know, just fuck it. Just a fourth check just because. Zeroji basically kept Xavier shirtless for a good portion of the morning, pretty much just nailing down every spell that he needed, and between his spellbook and Xavier's tattoos, just really making sure he's got everything he needs ready. Xavier, after that, basically donned his armor. Words are hard. Fen had what he is hoping is not his last enjoyable experience with a certain vampire servant lady.
I used my wings all the night.
Huh?
I used the wings last night.
All right, where are you going?
No.
He's ascending, don't worry.
It's weird that the creaking was on the ceiling and not the floor.
So pretty much dawn of the final day.
Can you use the bathroom real quick?
All right.
There's been enough timey-wimey bullshit that I would not be surprised if we have to redo the past couple days. However.
We're told to prepare for the meeting. Wait, what?
You guys have been asleep for 3 years. Huh?
Oh, fuck. Which one of you screwed all of this up? Zeroji?
Zeroji can't even reply right now. He's
I
busy
know.
taking a piss.
The best time to attack him is when he can't defend himself.
Oh, he's gonna come back with a defense in mind. He's thinking of it already.
I mean, I don't think he has a wireless
Oh.
headset, so he can't hear us.
Aw.
Yeah.
So yeah, the morning of, you basically all go about your preparations. Not to sound like a broken record, you do check twice. All the extra bits. You have a very filling breakfast for the trip ahead. Liz is probably the only one that hasn't had a filling breakfast. She has like toast in mouth running to the workshop type of deal. But when she gets there, she also is basically randomly fed throughout the making of the siege machine. She doesn't even really know how or why or like what's happening with that. She's just like in the presence of with King Murgnadesh and all of his retainers. Just it's there. She snacks on it while she's building and doesn't even realize it, type of thing. Liz, I need that roll from you now.
Oh wait. Is Zeroji gonna use a portent for this?
He will. Potentially. We have to see what his portents are first. They could both be low rolls.
He didn't use either of his portents yesterday.
He did use one.
Did he? Oh, he did. Whenever I almost flubbed it. 'Cause I do feel like that would have started a fight.
If he used a portent on Fenn's insight, Fenn would have seen the exact moment that Larry slipped the knife into Fenn's pant leg.
Hmm.
So I guess I should probably wait to roll until it's back.
Up to you.
What?
I think I'll wait.
Get a random cleric to give you guidance.
Since they're
Start.
helping me with it, does that mean I'll have advantage?
Oh.
Yeah, you have advantage because of King Murgnadesh, yes. He's directly helping you build it. But the idea is primarily yours, which is why you are the one responsible for the roll. Or Kit is the one responsible for luck. Kit,
Welcome back.
you need to
Speaking
roll your
of,
portents for the day.
I was actually saying that. Speaking of luck,
A 3 and a 19. You
we
lucked
take those.
out.
A lot of question marks.
Those were private.
Mm-hmm.
Not very private though.
Well,
So,
I'm planning on using Flash of Genius on this. So
Zeroji,
+6.
you headed to the workshop basically right after your own breakfast was had to basically look around to try to find Liz and all the chaos that's happening. You nearly get clocked and knocked unconscious from one of the metal coils being brought over to the machine, but that's also when you finally catch sight of Liz. And you just basically, what do you tell Liz to give her this portent? What did you see this day?
I'm actually going to foresee further and have seen a part that will break because it wasn't reinforced enough. And I don't know, I don't know the specific details, but I can be like, hey, this is going to break here, and take the 19 on it.
So 19 plus my 15 for tools, and then +6 for Flash of Genius.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, so one of the parts that was about to break was actually the retaining mounts for both of the coils would have also melted in the process. They were not strong enough. You reinforced them. And pretty much, were it not for that portent today, your tool would have failed.
Because that's basically a 40, I think, isn't it?
Really fucking high, higher than any check I would have had for a level 12.
19 plus 15 plus 6? Yeah, that's over 40.
For a level 12.
Is it over 40? Actually, that might be 40.
I think that's exactly 40.
For a level 12.
Could have been a
Can't get
41.
that.
It could have been a 41.
I really wanted to make sure we got this.
So Liz and Mergnadesh finish up the ballista and get it mobilized and ready to go. Basically around afternoon, evening-ish. And a much smaller congregation of all of you meet. As King D'Arc pretty much went to get his own troop ready to mobilize, he had mentioned that he has an arcane circle ready to go to get to Word to Herd, Draywin, I think it's called? Yeah, Draywin. King Mergnadesh is traveling with you. He is going to be the one that is manning the siege engine. And he has a smaller contingent of dwarves that you guys can't really tell if they're like in actual armor or out of D&D context. They also all look like they're dressed like they could be going to a Kiss concert or are like the members of the band of Kiss.
I think that one might be a bit too old for Will.
The band Kiss?
People dressing up to go to the Kiss concert.
I mean, I understand the concept and I know the idea of what they look like.
You don't need to keep pinging Draywin, I know what it is.
But it's fun when they intersect.
I think Will needs a fidget toy.
Have we visited Draywin before? I don't think we've actually done so.
You have not been to Draywin yet.
Did
We've
you
been
guys go to
Mithnadoon.
Mithnadoon? Yeah, is that what it was?
There have been 2 people that have been to Mithnadoon, but only in extreme passing. Like, they didn't even really explore or do anything with the interior.
Yep, we briefly went through there in order to get some stuff for my Cloak of Displacement and did nothing else.
Yeah, that's not at all why an assassin went after you.
Mm-hmm. Completely unrelated.
Absolutely.
Completely unrelated.
Completely unrelated. Yes.
Queen Drewa was busy preparing another arcane circle, a temporary arcane circle, with Mina to basically transport everyone that is going to Draywin today there. Mina, after helping Queen Drewa prepare hers, prepares to basically teleport off. Doesn't need a circle for that herself. Back to Arkenton to get the contingent of mages that she will need to help with both conferring the benefits that you 4 will need in order to fight this dragon on terms of equality?
Mhm.
terms of potentially not just suicide.
And the other contingent of mages that will actually help to hold off the minions that will potentially be barring your way. Pretty much everyone's been going through their preparations. Everyone went and had their last good night's sleep, basically. Messages, like arcane or otherwise, have been being sent out all over Gran to get things in preparation, get things rolling. The only person that came here with all of the forces that he is also going into this place with is King Mergnadesh, because they've got a policy basically where yes, the ruler can go into battle, or the ruler is important for the specific meeting that he went to, but at the same time, their rulers are also elected by massive fucking rock concerts, and his term is pretty much up before he gets back. And he won't be able to participate in the rock concert to be able to keep his own rulership at the moment, since he is going with you guys. So his contingent of dwarves is actually his own band. There's and the retainers to that band. So he's got pretty much all of his closest buddies there, the retainers, and he's good to go. The other ones all need to set up. Queen Drewa has dryads and elves ready to go when you guys do arrive in Draywin and are prepared to open the portal to go to visit the World Dragon. If you four have any other extra tidbits you might want to prepare, there are shops around that you are aware of that could potentially help you out. Otherwise, the arcane circles are basically waiting on you four.
Okay, more than wish scrolls.
Can we afford a wish scroll?
I don't think so.
I mean, maybe a special banker might be able to help us.
Oh shit, Razim!
Oh shit!
Yo, Razim!
It's been 3 years.
You're Razim!
It has been 3 years. Yes.
Where are you at, fam?
Technically, it wasn't. Didn't we start this before we went to Larwell?
Started this
Are you trying to say it's been 4 years?
I am trying to say it's been 4 years. Thank you for picking up on my subtle nod to the fact that we fell asleep for a year in Larwell.
Yeah. Fuck.
Hey, Razim!
All four of your visions basically melt around you to be replaced by a very stock standard looking like whatever the nicest bank you've been in was. Just a very tall building. You don't really know that it's that tall from the outside because you are inside it, but you see a reception counter with basically a pretty clerk up there of non-discriminate sex. Looks up and says, "How may I help you?"
I would like to check the status of my account.
Name?
Zeroji.
Last name?
Let me check my notes. Biot-san. Biota-san.
Social security number?
The fuck's a social security?
Ah, she kids. You're good. All right. For Zeroji, we have. Hey, out of game, Zeroji. How much gold did you leave in there?
I mean, look at my notes.
I told you all to write a note of it.
Regime. Next. Oh.
I remember someone only left like 50 gold in there.
Didn't most of us leave like 20 platinum pieces?
Yeah, I left a
I-
fair chunk in there.
I dropped a load into this bank, bro.
I left 20 platinum.
You really consider phrasing.
Yeah, I left 20 platinum.
You took a shit in the bank. We get it.
Someone went hard on the investment scale.
I did.
This is where Xavier comes back and goes, "I'm the smart one."
Well, I wouldn't say hard investing like this is always smart, because it can probably go negative.
All right, well, Zeroji's still trying to find his number. Xavier, do you have yours?
Yeah, 150 platinum.
150 platinum. Damn.
I trusted the guy, what can I say?
Okay, it was 44 platinum and 300 gold. It would have been more, but I was basically tapped because spells are expensive.
All right. So imagine this. All of the money that you all have left with Razim has continued to double year over year for 4 years.
I'm imagining.
So if you left 144 platinum in there, at year 2 that became 288 platinum. See where I'm going with this?
It doubles, then it doubles again, then it doubles again.
So at
Xavier's
year
rich.
3, it became 576 platinum. At well, I guess year 1, we go up to like year 5-ish. First year, yeah.
That's to the 4th, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Exponential growth, baby.
Ooh, no, that's not right.
Since I left 20, that means that would be 120? Or no,
So I'm at 744 PP, and how much gold
160.
pieces? 100 times 2.
That's
Or-
320 for you, Liz.
Oh, 320?
Or-
Okay.
That was 3, so
What is it?
320.
So I'm at 704 PP and then 4800 GP.
Xavier is specifically at 2,304 platinum pieces.
Hey, I'm sorry. Did I do my math wrong? I know I'm just pressing one button over and over again.
How many platinum pieces did you leave with him?
Me?
Yeah.
150.
150.
times
Oh, I
2.
thought you said 144.
No, I said 150. Zeroji put in 44. I like even
Correction.
numbers.
You have 2,400 platinum pieces.
I
So the
do.
answer is yes, we can afford a wish spell scroll. Several, actually.
I don't know how much they cost.
50,000 GP.
So 500 platinum pieces.
Yes.
Ah, you're getting to the end.
Huh?
Well, you're withdrawing everything, correct?
Do we need to withdraw everything?
It sounds like this is the end. If you're withdrawing everything, you must need this money for something important.
The end. You keep saying the end. What do you know that I don't know?
The end of the world as we know it.
Who else is that scared?
This is where we all die.
The end of the world as we know it. Damn, we're loaded.
As I want to invest more.
If you were wondering how we got our legendary items, this is how.
Yeah. Yeah.
What stocks did Razim invest in? Jesus.
Good
The
shit.
right ones.
He put it in Bitcoin in 98 and he pulled out in 2019.
I'm not gonna like bankrupt the bank by taking out this platinum.
If you bankrupt a bank, it's a bad bank. This is very clearly a good bank. Think of how much money he made off of our money. If this is
Yeah.
what we're getting. Also, why is that your thought? Why is it the concern for others?
Because he's a paladin. Lawful good. Something you don't have the concept of.
Well, that's why next time we have a high fantasy campaign, I'm going to be a paladin and he's going to be a rogue. And we're
Why-
both just
why-
gonna be
sorry.
uncomfortable the whole time.
You're not being specific enough because
So
you can
wait.
be both a bad paladin and a good rogue.
Okay, a lawful good paladin.
So when we get to the Star Wars game, you're gonna be like a Jedi Guardian that is lawful good paladin-esque, and he's gonna be like some type of scoundrel rogue.
I said high fantasy. I haven't considered what do for the Star Wars campaign yet.
I bet Reaper's already got ideas.
Kind of want a bounty hunter-esque.
I've already got a character created.
What the
But it-
fuck? We haven't even started yet.
It also really depends on what the goal of the campaign is. And what
Okay,
would
that
make
I do have
sense in
ideas.
the
Never mind.
end.
I can't blame Reaper for having a character created. I already have I have an end game already planned out.
And I actually have another character idea in mind. Mainly because I've created it before, and we played like 2 sessions, and then we stopped. And there's a reason I know that you can make a Jawa that can disassemble robots in the middle of combat.
Is that
Because
what
I
you're making
made
this
one.
time? So are you gonna actually like be yelling Utini in the middle of combat?
Utini!
Pretty much, yeah. But that's
And-
the other character that I could create.
Is everyone gonna be able to understand you? Because you're basically just gonna have to be like, and then you actually say what you said if they understand your language.
So the idea was I use my knowledge of robotics to use steal and manufacture a voice translator, which is what I did. That's what I used in the campaign.
Oh, so you're gonna make a C-3PO.
Yeah, except a necklace and less annoying.
I'm surprised you're setting such a high bar for yourself on that one.
In a lot of cases, it seems like everybody understands every language in Star Wars, and they just can't speak every
They
language.
just communicate. That does kind of seem to be the thing, huh?
It kind of is.
Unfortunately for D&D, they have the language. They do keep the language barrier, sadly. I think for this version of D&D, they probably do. Most versions of D&D keep a language barrier. I wonder if there is something in there that says you can speak common, but you can understand literally every fucking thing.
Well, for that. How much is +2 armor from a shop?
I have. I think I gave you guys the sheet for that.
Oh, did you? Is it
How much
pinned?
is the brothel?
Not
Not like for a night, but like to buy the brothel.
No, I know what you meant. I knew exactly what you meant as soon as you said it. I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
A little bit of both.
If you're wanting to make money, just keep your money in the bank. What do you mean?
Okay, now that one was just fan service.
+2 armor is.
What was on Zeroji 20 that I can afford?
Zeroji 20? What?
Level 20
Yeah.
Zeroji.
First name Zeroji, last name 20.
So +2 armor is 6,000 gold, modified by a good persuasion check.
Do we have any sources that would be able to provide us with legendary anything?
Yeah, there's that one guy whose shop shows up at convenient times.
Oh,
Yeah.
he does exist, doesn't he?
Do we step out of the bank into the shop?
Well, I mean, I'll take my money out of the bank first.
I will very graciously accept my money and profusely thank the receptionist and Razim.
I'm going to take all but 1 platinum.
You go to think Razim, and instead you are looking at, I've got what you need.
Hey, guy.
I want it noted that I kept 1 platinum in with Razim.
You know how many years it's going to take for that to become something important?
I'm an elf.
He's got a point.
I know what kind of life you live. You think you're surviving the entire lifespan for that?
I would.
He's got a point. If this was in person, I would just be pointing at both of you.
Get a vampire girlfriend that I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Are you gonna drag her in all the shit you get into?
No, she's gonna keep me out of it probably.
I seriously doubt that.
She's strong.
Yeah, I think Liz actually is gonna leave her money in there because there's nothing that she would really want that she could afford.
If
Here, you know what? Actually, I'll leave 5 in there. Fuck it. In case I survive. A rainy day fund, you know?
Liz is gonna assume she's gonna hope she survives and leave it all in.
I'm gonna have to make a couple persuasion checks.
I'm after a robe of the Archmagi, an amulet of health, boots of elvenkind.
Oh gosh, no! Stop talking about it and just write the list.
I only have enough for one thing, so I'm gonna get +2 armor. And even that,
Well, I
I'm-
guess how much is a robe of the Archmagi?
40,000 gold.
40,000 gold. I can afford this.
So the Dragon's Wrath weapon comes in various forms. There's like a legendary, an uncommon, a rare, whatever the other descriptors are.
What rarity is the Dragon's Wrath weapon?
I'm wondering how much like each price point would be. I don't know if there's a specific one that is. I'm not sure because the one I had was legendary. That's the one I had. I'm not expecting to be able to afford that.
And robe of the Archmagi. And 2 equipment. Big Pog.
There are 2 items that I would like. That is one of them.
Well,
Attunement. How much will you buy this cloak of displacement for?
hold on.
when does ever changing become +2?
Once it eats the soul of another dragon, obviously.
Oh, hey! Guess what we're going to go do?
Yeah, crazy.
Shit. So that's how it happens.
Save a little bit of the soul for me.
Yummy.
He offers currently 30,000 gold for the Cloak of Displacement, literally half the cost.
Oh, perfect.
That's much more than I paid for it.
Well, I made it, so yes.
I know.
Okay,
That-
so I will get rid of that from my inventory.
I'm gonna really hope I roll high on persuasion.
Yeah, you can roll it. I'm ready. 22?
22. That's 60% off base.
So 60%. What the hell?
Shit.
Google thought I was talking to it.
Oh.
I like it when Siri does that for Will.
How much would an ancient Dragon's Wrath weapon cost?
I don't even know what the initial Dragon's Wrath weapon was.
It's from the source is Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, according to this article.
Dragon's Wrath weapon. I spelled wrath correctly there, weirdly.
Nice.
Oh.
There are 4 rarities: uncommon, rare, very rare, and legendary.
Okay.
Alright. So, I'm going to place it And you're wanting a legendary version?
If I'm curious as to what the cost would be, because I'm gonna get that one or the Wake, the very rare version. I'm trying to spend wisely, quote unquote.
I think you can. You still afford this?
I'm fucking loaded. I might be able to,
What is this one?
Okay.
because what I'm sitting on 240,000 gold.
Hey, I'll take that. Half plus 2%. I will sell the +1 back to him, and I got a 15 on the persuasion, so that'll get me half of 1,000 plus 10%.
Okay, that's accurate. I'm going with this one still. 190,000.
I expect that to be way worse. Now I need to think about if I want to do that. What else would I want to get?
Did you already do the gold cost there, Reaper?
Yes. I've already worked all that in. I do have enough.
How much for a tome of clear thought?
There's a different problem with this Tome of Clear Thought.
Hmm.
If you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer. So you can afford it probably.
Just don't have enough time to read it.
I mean, I fucked with time before.
This is where Zeroji goes, "Hey Xavier, we gotta cast a spell."
God, please no.
Hey Xavier, you got a minute?
That would be 55,000.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
I should have left a lot more with Razim.
Same.
Yes.
Yes.
Always
wait.
To be
These
fair,
all
I don't think
legendary?
you two trusted him.
No, I didn't.
It was more I didn't have as much money.
No.
I spent a lot of money crafting stuff.
I put every penny that I wasn't using to put into spells into Regime. I was broke for a long time.
This is also legendary. I probably cannot afford also this.
Oh, what is it?
Armor of the High Dragoon. It's page created by a user of D&D wikis and for the content. Talk to your DM before using it. Oh, it's a homebrew. No, what's a list of real magical items?
Well, I mean, you can always ask your DM if it's allowed.
No.
So this is what I'm.
No.
Got it. That's fine. I didn't know these were all homebrew. I'm trying to find a list of actual magic plate armor.
Is this one homebrew? The Dragon's Wrath weapon?
The Dragon's Wrath weapon? No, it's not.
No, that's from
It's
Fizbin's. I remember you said that.
Fizbin's, yeah.
I would also like to purchase one amulet of health.
Well, that one's easy. That one's 4,000 gold.
Not sure I can afford that. Yoink.
As long as you're actually taking the cost out.
Yep, I am.
Persuasions.
He doesn't care, apparently. He's not rolling.
How much is adamantite plate armor?
That one's actually pretty funny. That's only 900 gold. Adamantite armor is cheaper than actual fucking plate armor. I don't
would
know
love
why.
to not get crit. 900 gold, you said?
Yep.
Manage inventory. I do love shopping days.
So that gives me 4,000 gold to work with.
Mint.
What am I currently attuned to?
Alright, so how much have you guys spent total?
I've
I
spent
haven't spent it yet.
64,000, but I got 50,000 back for selling my displacement cloak.
Do our artifacts use an attunement slot? I can't remember.
50,000. You're only supposed to get
Mine-
30,000 back.
Mine
Or
does.
30,000. Okay, oh, God, hang on. I will change that then. That should be there.
Yeah, you're only supposed to get 30,000 back.
Oh, that has been done.
Do our artifacts take up an attunement slot?
Yes.
Okay, that is important.
Mine does, but it gives me attunement slots too.
Well, okay, you're cheating. So,
Right.
what else on this list is helpful?
Um,
Wait, of course,
Wait, of course.
this uncommon magic item that I got whenever I was level 20 the first time.
Also, boots of elven kind.
I would like to purchase a ring of swimming.
Hell is a ring of swimming do?
I hope you don't have to think that hard about it.
Well, I mean, like the details of it. You have a swimming speed of 40 while wearing. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, and it doesn't require attunement. Okay, yeah, I want to buy one for each of us.
Oh, let's see how much it costs first.
It's a green.
It's 2,000 gold per.
Yeah. Don't worry about this. I'll cover us.
You still have 8,000 gold.
I'm kind of yeah. I'm far down, but I can cover this.
Okay.
As well as a boots of elven kind, please.
What about persuading him since you're buying 4?
Okay, you know what? I'll let him.
You've
roll
persuaded
this.
me to persuade him.
Yeah, go ahead and persuade.
Nope. Other people cannot do the persuasions. Only the person buying.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, give me the money.
Okay, yeah,
And
I'll
then-
pass him the money.
And then he leaves, and we
He
never
disappears.
see him again.
His arc
Yeah.
is complete.
I don't have what you need anymore.
Unless you want me to roll, in which case I can.
You roll a 5 or lower,
Yes,
then maybe not.
I can roll a -1.
Oh,
Alright.
dear Lord, don't.
I'm gonna put it bluntly for you. When you interact with the shopkeep, like when you are specifically doing the things, like it goes even another layer further of somehow like your vision just clouds over and you just see a shit ton of inventory items on a grid. You're not sure where this grid came from. You're not sure why you're seeing it from like a top-down view. But that's just how you see this stuff, and like you actually slide it over into like your bags. That's how this is happening.
Huh.
Which is
Let me see what these are. Because it's either going to be this or the Ring of Regeneration.
9. Oh, I can't afford that. But I want it.
All right. Well, we'll try and convince him. What could go wrong here?
Do we think that Legion would be able to roll a DC 30 strength check?
No,
Fucking what?
I doubt it. As long as they're in the body of the child.
So, yeah, this is basically what the shop menu looks like. This is what you guys see when you're browsing his goods. Just, instead of a gun there, you see specifically what you are looking at. And the list goes on.
Neat. Does a 13 get me anything for any discounts for buying a 4-pack?
10% off base. It's in the pinned.
In the
So 1 to 5 is base
10% off base.
plus 10%. 6 to 10 is just base, and 11, 15. 10%.
I'm curious about the cost of 2 more items, and then I think I'll be finished.
Okay. All right, so I will pass each of you a swimming ring of swimming.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Manage inventory, add item, ring of swimming. Add.
What? These.
Oof.
Okay, and I am tapped out.
All right. I need to translate my current amount of money to gold. So I've got 2400 P, which equals 2400 gold. Right?
24000.
One more zero.
No. Is it 10 gold to a platinum piece, right?
Is it 10 gold to a platinum?
Or is it 100 gold to a platinum piece?
No, it's
10 gold.
10 gold to a platinum.
10 gold to a platinum. So it is
1 extra 0.
24,000 minus 190. Wait, 190k?
Yeah, 190,000.
Yeah, I can't afford that. All right. I miscounted earlier.
You
How much
did.
is the very rare version? The awakened version as opposed to the ascendant?
um.
Who wants to float me 9 grand? Or 7. Actually, 7.
I can float you my remaining 1,000. Oh, I'm sorry. 2,200. Forgot to add
36,000.
100 GP.
36,000?
Yes.
Damn, I can't afford that either. No weapon for me.
We'll have to do some persuasion. So this is for selling an item. Oh,
I think because it's the tier it's supposed to happen at anyways, and I don't have other effects for it at the moment, but all of your unique equipment gets a +1 to it. So the ever-changing, the ever-burning eye, Liz's armor, Xavier's shield is now all +2.
Pog.
so that was for selling the bracers of archery. Not thing that I wanted a nat 20 on. So 1750 back off that. Add that. Move those.
You know what? I'll take the rare version. I can definitely afford that if the scaling is at all continuing to go down. I don't need it doesn't have to be very rare. The banker's words have me on edge, and I really want this sword.
I don't think it works on. I don't think it works on the dragon, but for some reason, the legendary sword is actually 20,000 gold too.
A regular legendary sword?
Well, no, it's not regular. It's a Vorpal sword.
Oh, the Vorpal sword. The Vorpal swords, they don't one shot, but they do a fuck ton of damage if you roll a 20.
Oh no, it can one shot.
Well, I'm guessing the dragon's going to be exempt from that rule. So even on creatures that it doesn't one shot, it does a fuck ton of damage.
Yeah.
How much does the rest of the stuff that I'm getting cost? I'm not getting either of these.
But yeah,
Well, I guess I could get
20,000 is the cost of the the other one too.
the Vorpal's longsword.
No, 20,000 is the cost of the rare sword you're looking for.
The rare sword.
I know it's a strong effect, which is why it's also on the higher end of the tiers that I'm looking at.
Oh yeah, these things, it's an incredibly special weapon, yeah.
Gonna grab a drink. Be right back.
Okay.
So, see, the dragon's weapon is cooler, but it's not as good.
It has a Vorpal?
Compared to the Vorpal longsword, yeah.
I need 3,240. If somebody wants to float me some money. But that would give me a ring of free action.
I don't know about floating you the money, but I do know I will be right back because I already finished my water and I want more.
I gotta go modify all this equipment.
I think I get the dragon sword because it's cooler.
You could just continue to save. I don't know.
I mean, it's going to take me a lot of years. Here, 24 times 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 more years to get close. Oh, 3 more years to be able to afford the sword that I want.
And
Yikes.
back. Yeah, Liz is just saving. But if somebody wants a Flash of Genius for a +6 on a persuasion roll, just let me know. I've got a couple of those I can throw out.
Can that be made after the roll?
I think it has to be declared that she's doing it while you're like right before the roll or something.
In fairness, Liz was gone. Or V was gone.
I think so, maybe. Something happened that I wasn't expecting, so
Yeah.
that something that happened was an impromptu shopping session.
Because I got a 17 on the persuasion. That would push it over 20, which would take it to 60% base of 9,000, which might actually put it in a range that I can afford.
Wait, what does the persuasion do?
So they're in the pinned messages. There's a chart that Miser made. So basically, based on the persuasion that you roll, 1 to 5 is base plus 10% because you flubbed it. 6 to 10 is just base. 15 to 11 is 10% off of the base price. 16 to 17 is 20% off the base price. 18 to 19 is 40% off the base price. 20 plus is 60% off the base price. And a natural 20 is 75% off the base price.
Okay, so very rare was 36k or 36. Wait, was it 36,000 or 3,600 gold?
I think it was 36,000 because you said you couldn't
36,000.
afford it.
Yes, that is a
So
little more. So if I reduce that,
If you roll well.
yeah, you
times,
have to roll it.
let's say it's times 0.8. I can't quite afford it. So I'd have to roll an 18 or a 19.
but no harm in doing that. How many Flash of Geniuses do you have?
It depends on what. I have 6 a day, and if it's the
And
same,
you've used one.
and I've used 1, so I have 5 left.
So
plus
and it's a persuasion check.
yes.
So it's not impossible because my persuasion is a +7.
Oh, I've been rolling with a +5, my guy.
But have
my
you
whole thing
seen
is,
my
like,
rolls? Have you
well-
looked at my rolls?
My thing is, no matter what I roll, the lowest I can get is a 6. So it at minimum, I'm getting base price.
Liz already made her toy.
But it is up to you, Miser, if you let me have a Flash of Genius, because V was gone whenever I made the roll.
I think I'll put this in V's court. V, would you have noticed this whole time that you could have been doing these roles to help people out?
Yeah, since
Because currently you've been kind of quiet.
Liz has only really been window shopping, so if she sees somebody's trying to haggle to get something, she would have helped out.
I guess I will allow it then.
Oh, Pog.
I would love to try to haggle for the sword. So I could
So,
have
You
V's.
got to give me your persuasion.
60%
I'm making sure I
okay.
get know what assistance I'm getting before I roll. This isn't
Liz,
a save,
Liz,
so I don't get that.
Liz assists you. Zeroji says "fuck you" and gives you his other portent of a 3.
Wildly funny.
Oh, God.
Shit, man. I don't need to see the future to know that you've already been rolling poorly all night. Take a 3.
Yes. that giving me that portent actually puts it in a range where I have money left over. I'm not having to ask anybody for money now.
Oh, what, if she gives you a flash of genius?
Yeah, with Flash of Genius. Oh, not the portent. Sorry, the Flash. of
Yeah,
Genius.
you don't
Yeah.
want the 3 portent.
No.
Happening. I already have that. That's not happening. That's not happening. I know. The dimensional shackles are way less than the ring of regeneration. That's crazy. All right. I don't know if there's any other bonuses I could achieve for this, but I'll just go ahead and roll for it. That's pretty good.
Yeah, because if I flash a genius that, so that's 29.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter after a point, right?
No.
Okay,
There's no
yeah,
flash of genius needed for that one.
60% off. So 36 times 0.4. I'm just curious how much it takes off the other one. The legendary version only costs 76,000 now.
Still, way outside your price range.
Oh yeah, 3 times my price range and then some.
very big.
But the other one is 14,400, which I can afford. So I've got, if I clear everything, 24,000. If I take off the sword, it's 14,400. So got it. The adamantite armor. Is it good? Is it worth not getting crit?
You've already got +1, don't you?
That's what I'm comparing against because it doesn't have any bonuses.
I think it's
But-
overall worth being more tanky than, you know,
I think it's
Thinking that-
worth it.
than thinking that I'm gonna roll 20s all night. Don't say anything, Reaper.
Hmm. How to die to a bear?
I think that the range of rolls that you're going to be making in the grand scheme of things, I'm not sure how impactful the 1 extra armor is going to help.
I mean, I'm the one that fishes for crits. So if I'm attacking,
I'm gonna say if you're expecting that my boss is gonna be fishing for crits, I don't know, man. I could. I
I just
probably
think,
could.
I'd be.
I think the
fucking
1
worried.
extra AC is not going to be as beneficial as preventing even a single crit from happening.
But it could be 2 extra AC.
Yeah, you could get Dwarven Plate
What does Dwarven Plate do?
+2 AC, and you reduce the amount that you're moved if something moves you against your will by 10 feet.
Assuming it's along the ground. Oh, I don't know if I can afford this though.
I don't mind if you get the adamantite armor. I just don't feel like it's a. I mean, I guess I have to argue both for and against it because I remember Reaper had like an entire campaign where he was like adamantite.
Wonder why. Fucking why.
How much do you have left?
And it did actually save Reaper quite a few times.
How much money do I have left?
Yeah,
9,600.
you could afford it.
How much does it cost?
Looks like according to this site that was linked in that same pin, it says 9,000.
And you can bargain for lower.
Yeah.
9,000 became like 3,600 for me, which is so nice.
I'm back.
I like
Well,
my
okay.
shop system. I feel it works.
It does.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
I might try to find a way to put it in the Star Wars game, depending on how the shopping sessions there work.
God, I don't.
We can go shopping for kyber crystals.
You could also just go start trying to find and mine kyber crystals. I've heard Ilum has a good supply.
Is there any modifications to the weapon between +1 and +2? Because I know there is between +1 and +3.
Yeah, I'll get to those before the next game. This shopping session already cut an hour out of today's game time, which means you are not going to have time to fight today.
How many rings are you allowed to wear at once?
You got a lot of fingers and toes.
You got
my
5
friend.
fingers, don't you? You
Uh,
got 5 fingers, 10 fingers,
and
don't
then
you?
my other question is, haste. If when it wears off, what does it do?
Oh.
Like specifically, how's it phrased?
I will hint that you don't need to have haste casted on you by casters in order to have potions of haste given to you.
Oh, we're gonna be taking drugs. We're doping.
Okay, I'm not paralyzed. A wave of lethargy sweeps over me.
You basically suffer exhaustion for a round or something.
Yeah.
It is well worth the trade-off, assuming that you don't put yourself in an absolutely ass position for that round.
But yeah.
I would also like to roll to
Most buffs will be on hand.
bargain for a ring of free action, which normally
That's
costs 9k.
9,000. That's what I bought.
He too?
Yep.
That's a good one.
I mean, for me, who moves around basically the whole time in combat, yeah, I don't want to be pinned down.
11? Is that like 10% or something?
I think
I'm gonna find the pin again.
Plus,
yeah, that's 10% off.
Liz, are you doing another thing?
I marked another thing off.
Okay,
So
so
that
that puts
is-
me at the 20% off.
That is 17.
So 9,000. So I have 9,600 left. I need to mark that down so I don't actually forget.
You rolled a 17 instead.
So I've purchased Dragon's Wrath Weapon. Very rare. That's all I've gotten so far. Ring of free action. 1,000 times 0.8. 7,200.
You know, there are horror stories on Reddit about DMs that let their players have too much magic.
I mean, we're about to go into like one of the end game bosses. I
And
think this is a good time.
I just have to counter that with those DMs just aren't given good enough enemies to their players.
DMs are cowards.
Just get to go to the fun end of the monster manual.
I get to go to the
So-
fun end of my mind too.
So I have 2,400 gold left. And I've not purchased armor yet.
Are you putting all that back in?
The
You're
dwarven
purchasing
armor is
9,000, I
too
think.
expensive.
You'd have to get the adamantite armor and lose your +1.
Yeah.
But you can also sell your armor.
Could
that
sell
you
your old
have
armor.
now. Depending on how well you roll, you
I
may
don't know
have
how
enough
much-
to sell your current armor and buy
I
the.
don't think the old armor shows up on this list.
It's a
I left
+1
this-
armor, right? Just a +1 armor?
I think so, yeah. +1. Oh, there's +1 armor on here.
It's grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot sell this for enough to make enough money to sell it or to buy the dwarven plate.
That you know of. Just nat 20 both of them.
Even if I nat 20, it's so the armor is 1,000 gold.
I
Even
think
if I
it-
nat 20, that's 500 plus 750 gold, which is
I
like
think your brother has leftover money he was already offering.
I am tapped down to
I have 360 gold.
1,348 gold.
But I
so.
changed-
If I get it 75% off, it's a lot. I'm not fishing for nat 20s for this. I think my current armor is good enough for what we're getting ready to go do. I will put $200 platinum back in. Keep the 400 leftover gold, which puts me at. So I did 2,400. Might remove. That I'm left over with 1,000. Or I'm left over with 400 gold. And I acquired exactly 2 items. And this weapon doesn't exist in the system, so
Are you all done with the shopkeeper?
I am finished. I'm gonna cut it off there.
My transactions are completed.
Uh,
I thank them for their time.
he closes up shop and says, "Come back anytime."
You say it like it's easy to find you.
How?
Oh, Ring of Free Action is an attunement slot. Oh well. That's my third one.
Dun dun dun.
So this is a +2 sword.
Also to note, he did not answer that question. He just disappeared and faded away.
I know.
As
I
well
assumed
as-
as much.
You did not have to tell me.
As well as, well, this is leading back into the rest of the bank that you were in also melts away around you, and it looks like people begin to move again around you, and you seem to be back right on the outside of the arcane circle, right before you were about to teleport off to Draywin.
Like nothing ever happened.
In fact, it's so much like nothing ever happened that despite having a new assortment of gear, no one seems to pick up on that fact. And for at least one of you, it's like a drastically different look than what you had gone in there with. Others of you just kind of look more bedazzled,
Yeah. A little
more
bit
blinged out.
better. Couple rings. My braces are gone.
I do have a question about the weapon I acquired. So it does change based on what dragon horde it's been associated with. Do I get to pick what type of weapon it is, or is it going to be one
Yeah,
that I
you
have
can
to
pick.
get randomly? All right, platinum it is.
You know
Why
what's
not?
only
Why not
slightly
chromatic?
Is that I don't actually know which one Bahamut is. I thought he was platinum. Is he chromatic?
While Bahamut himself is a platinum dragon, he is the only platinum dragon. You would have to pick either silver or gold.
probably gold.
Does he have a horde that this weapon could have soaked in?
No, not
Okay.
that the weapon would have been able to reach.
Okay.
Especially not for its rarity.
I tried my best to afford the legendary one, but
Yeah, 190k is a little bit steep.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's steep for the weapon because it's strong, but
And I'm glad that I upgraded, that I went through and updated all my macros. For me to get another plus to my weapon.
Oh no, I got stronger. What an inconvenience.
It's only slightly annoying. That does that goes to hit and damage, right?
I just bumped my AC up to
Yes,
24.
it goes to
Yeah.
hit and damage.
Yeah, mine went from 12 to 17.
Robes of the Archmagi.
What?
And
Hey,
my
you no longer need mage armor.
you know, needs a word. I'm still gonna put that on.
yeah, I'll go with silver.
Surprising.
Mage armor, what is that? Oh wait, hang on. 13
Guessing
plus its
platinum is the
dex?
only radiant damage one, but also this dragon type.
Oh
just
yeah, you're
seems
right.
correct.
I'm gonna go unprepared mage armor. Oh god, that freed up a spell slot.
Take something that works underwater.
Oh no, he got stronger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Disintegrate works underwater. Ice storm, suggestion, clairvoyance.
So let's do this one first. Dragon's Wrath weapon. So this is
There.
How would lightning bolt interact with the water miser? Out of curiosity.
Shockingly. Shockingly well.
I think the only science aspect I will take from that one is that you might also get damaged by it.
So there would be no like increase to damage on it?
I don't know. If there's too much water, there could be a decrease to damage on it if you're gonna keep trying to come up with more facts of science on it.
I'm just curious if you wanted to do something fun with it.
That depends on how much science you want to add to it.
You know.
Because if we add all the science to it, that's literally going to disperse like not even 5 feet away from you.
Oh, I should summon my familiar. It's been a minute. Forget that I have one from time to time.
That is
This should be a 5. So I believe that should be the right number. One d8 from the weapon, 5 plus from 3 strength plus 2 weapon. 1d8 from improved smite, 2d6 from the actual weapon itself.
Oh, you were making a macro?
Well, I'm adjusting the macros I had for my level 20 version of the weapon. Because they are now outdated because I am not the same savior that I once was.
You're a weaker, flabbier version.
That's only because I've been asleep for 3 years. I'm sorry. How many spell slots do I have? 1, 2, 3rd level is the highest I can go. Alright.
Shit, do I have to homebrew another ever burning eye to get the +2?
Yes.
You can edit your current one to be +2.
Hang on, my homebrew creations.
Other things will change before the next game, though.
What do you mean other things will change?
As in, it will have like a halfway point between effects that it had at max and effects that it has currently.
C.
No, not F12.
Well, I'm going to change this to at least to be a +2. Change this to be a +2. Save changes.
So 1, 2, and 3. One of those rolls popped off. Holy shit. Almost max. So base damage is going to be like an average of 15 to 18 or some shit.
Now Will's thinking with smite,
I'm not including smite.
but that says divine smite.
Yeah, I mean, I have the macros prepped, but the base damage roll for the weapon without smite is going to be like 15 to 18. And smite will have increased effect based on stuff and things and stuff.
How do I add the ever burning eye? Edit.
I do know V's subscription hasn't ended anytime soon, so.
Modifiers.
Should still be able to add homebrew that you made into the game, as long as V is a part of the game. Or Reaper. I don't know if Reaper's unsubbed either.
I only would buy a year at a time. I never maintained a subscription, and mine is up in the 1st of February.
And then we all try finding Pathfinder fun.
You like Math, the game?
Yeah, I played 3.5.
Same.
Yeah,
Same. That was when his scoot or something died to bears.
I think it was my scout. Yeah.
I think I've got until November till mine runs out.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do tonight before I call it?
I think I got all the shopping done I wanted.
The next session. Oh boy, if things are as planned, that might be like straight up all combat the entire time.
I think it might be.
Who knows though? You guys might surprise me. That dragon might not live to see the light of day again.
You said the dragon's undead, right?
Yes.
Does that mean bonus divine smite damage?
Probably.
Maybe.
For each plus 1d8 against undead or fiends. Yep.
And now
I'm
he needs
assuming-
to change all of his macros to include undead targets.
No, I'm just gonna do one higher. I'll just do it plus 1, whatever smite level I do. Which is why I also updated my level 3 or level 4 smite.
Is radiant damage extra against undead?
It will
Depends
say
on, the
on
undead.
their monster sheet if they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dragon might be. Unsure. We're also really, really focused on the dragon. I have a feeling that's not the only thing we're going to fight.
Well,
I'm just excited to shoot off the thing.
That'll be cool.
Dude, I dug into some deep video game memories for that shit. I'm like, what can I combine? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's also cool. Hopefully they find it cool. Alright, but that's the session tonight, guys. That was a good
Right.
meeting. Good meeting. Totally didn't